Well, welcome to Little Moon Tarot, and let's see how many distractions we have or don't have today. New setting. I'm at a friend's house taking care of their dog, and my dogs are at home for a few hours, and my tarot cards were like, no, we want to go with you. So we've all made our presents. Oh, love these cards. These are amazing cards. If anybody is interested. That might have been too quick. Anyway, so as I say, this reading is 100% not for me. I do not need a reading, so I do not know what this general reading is going to be about. I have the cards. I stim a lot with my cards where, like, I'll just, like, take them out and go like this. You could do it with any deck of cards, really. But yeah, it just kind of helps me focus and whatnot. So I handle them a lot. They flip out cards a lot. So I don't actually feel that need to have a lot of my own readings. So this reading has nothing to do with me. So let's see what Spirit has for you today. Let's see what direction Spirit would like to go. Let's see what Spirit has in mind. Even though a few things have gone down, still, everybody's allowed to make their introductions. We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Moon. Number 2, the moon, when near, is a good omen. I need glasses. Yes, hello, baby. I know. Yay, cheaters on first try. Yes. Yes, look at that. The moon, when near, is a good omen. It predicts fortune. When distant, an exposure of your secrets. When distant, an exposure of your secrets. So there is our first card, and I'm being directed to just kind of place this card in the middle. I'm not sure if it's going to end up here or if it's just going to be in the middle and we're going to work around. We'll see what happens and how it's laid out. But this is our first card is the Moon, number 2, the Five of Cups. Of course, 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 is spiritual growth. So what else have we got here? And of course, Spirit, we do not need to have a 65 million year long session here. So, they're going to get cheeky now, but hey. Okay, so what else would you like to tell me? Kind of trying to decide what direction I want to shuffle them in. Yeah, that was just them falling. That was nothing. Last night I was shuffling them like this, and that seemed to work better for me. It just feels, I don't know why, it just feels better on my wrists. My dog is deaf, so I've been doing a lot of sign language, so like my whole hand hurts. I've been trying to learn more so I can communicate, better, and he really likes it. He brightened up. Once I started doing that, he really brightened up. Ten of Wands, number 35. The tower surrounded by clouds denotes sickness and, if adjoining, death. So we've got the moon, we've got the tower. Now the tower also looks like a church as well. We've got the Ten of Wands. Look that up real quick. Ten of Wands. Because nobody is perfect, and often we have to look stuff up just to know what it means. Doesn't hurt to look a thing up. Yep. Yep. 100%. Yeah. The Ten of Wands represents an all-out effort and obsessive commitment to a task which demands everything you've got. The person shown usually in the deck of cards with this picture is in no position to rest until he makes it inside the stout walls of the well-defended castle in the distance. If he fails, he will become prey to the highway robbers after dark. It doesn't matter that he's overloaded and underfed. With this card, you have to do whatever it takes to get to completion. Nothing can be allowed to interfere. Now, the reverse of this, which we didn't get it in reverse, but still, even so, sometimes, reverse, it can be, reverse can tell you a lot. Sometimes, too, cards aren't always, they don't always flip up or whatever. Just because it flips upside down doesn't mean it means upside down. It's when you read, you know the meanings, you can tell. Like, you can tell if this is flipped up. If it, sometimes, it's the reverse meaning that means more. But the reversed meaning is lack of perspective on your life may impair your progress. The Ten of Wands reverse suggests that you are struggling to get a sense of perspective on the situation. A lack of objectivity may impair your ability to follow through and bring things to closure. Try to rest yourself, then step back. Take another look at the big picture. If you feel too exhausted to work toward long-term goals, rest until your vision clears and you remember why it's worth the effort. And that's actually very interesting because it talks about never resting in your goals. And here, what do we have? We have a tower. A tower, if you're trying to get through the tower to get your goal done, and sometimes you got to go through those tower moments. And then, the funny part is we have the moon out as well. And let's face it, the moon and this kind of go along pretty well because if we think about it, if you're a werewolf, what do you lack? You lack perspective during a full moon. Sure, this isn't a full moon, but it's still a moon and you're still afraid of it. So hold on. That's true. The moon brings lunacy too. And that's the thing too, is maybe people turn into a werewolf around the full moon because it is lunacy. I mean, this is a big task, isn't it? And you're giving it your all, and people are going to think you're crazy. You're a lunatic. What the hell are you doing? Like, why haven't you quit? And you're just like, because I haven't gone through the tower wall yet. Like, I haven't gotten through the tower wall yet. This is the goal. But don't forget, sometimes you've got to rest. You've got to rest. And of course, this means nighttime. This can mean rest. This can mean bed. Things can take on dual purposes without contradicting themselves. Don't know why I felt the need to throw that in. But yeah, that's interesting, whatever that is. So that is interesting. What is the Five of Cups? Let's look up the Five of Cups. It's like one of those things where as soon as I read it, I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, the Five of Cups. 3 of your cups have fallen, but 2 of your cups are staying. And that goes in with, you know, the hard work. You're putting your all into it. And Jules, I know I'm talking a lot. You put your all into it, and it can feel like it's crazy. I mean, you're losing 3 cups. You're losing something, but Five of Cups reversed, meaning the Five of Cups reversed represents a paradoxical situation wherein what seems like the worst thing that could happen actually creates a better circumstance. And isn't that, you know, if you're working the Ten of Wands, if you're working tirelessly at what you're doing, and you're working yourself into exhaustion and lunacy, and you know that you need to rest, and you know that you need to take care of yourself. Hold on, I'm trying to put this together. Hi, Jules. So you're putting yourself through so much to attain your goal. That it almost, I mean, it's moving you to exhaustion. It's moving you to crazy. Yet, there's something about a better circumstance here. I mean, the Five of Cups upright shows, I mean, the Five of Cups upright portrays the mess that is left after an emotional upheaval. You've lost 3 cups, but you still have 2 cups standing. You're waging a war that seems hopeless and leads you into lunacy, but yet there is success, and it might be a better success than what you think. You're going through all of this stuff, you're doing all of this stuff, and this ends up working out for the better. Puppy getting a drink. All noises brought to you by Jules. Juliette Suzette. So, Spirit, what else are we doing here? What is, interesting. You're being an asshole. Hi, honey. You coming over? You getting up? Oh, Jules. The bouquet of flowers, of which I used to think looked like trees. I still think that looks like trees to me. It still looks like trees and a cliff, but you know, some things are left up to interpretation, and I didn't have glasses on out the first time I looked at it. My gosh. 8 natural settings, what are you going to do? 10 of heart, 10 of cups, bouquet of flowers, an absolute indication of long and happy life if children are nearby, extraordinary honors and fame. So, And then we have our Joker, which usually the Joker to me symbolizes the end of a reading. So that's actually very interesting. Let's look up the Ten of Cups real quick too. So Ten of Cups, because I can't count. Union and children, goals met. The Ten of the Suit traditionally signifies family and community, often showing a celebratory scene including many generations, crowned by a rainbow signifying the end of hard times. And you know what? I think too, and I thought about this a few minutes ago, I think too, and this doesn't sound kind of silly, maybe it's not going to sound silly. I feel like, I've had this funny friend and I were talking about this earlier. It feels like whatever is going on here, somebody is breaking a generational curse. Somebody is breaking a pattern. They're working on themselves. They have this goal that this long-term goal that they've been doing. Whatever this is, whatever this fight is, they have to break through the tower, even though everybody else thinks it's crazy. You know, whether it's for love or for schooling or for, you know, personal mental health, or I'm losing the wrong word. I don't have the right word. I don't quite have, hi, sweet girl, you're the best. Excuse me, pardon me. You're the best. Did you know that? You're the best. I have to tell you. You're pretty darn special, Jules. You are pretty darn special, and I love you. Did you know that? Did you know that you're enough? And you're not too much. And you don't have to be more than what you are. And you're not in trouble. And you're doing everything you're supposed to in the time that you're doing it. And you don't have to do more. You don't have to be more. You don't have to protect anything. You just have to be you and keep doing what you're doing, because that's all you have to do. That is your goal. And your goal doesn't have to be anything more than that. Sometimes spirit talks through me. It's weird. Anyway. Let me take a drink. Let me do that too. I got mega distracted there. So yeah, whatever this journey is, whatever this fight is, I almost want to put this before the moon, but at the end of the day, this fight, whatever this fight, makes other people in front of you look like you're insane, but you know that you're not. You know that you're not. Because you know that when you're done fighting, you know that people are going to go, wow, she wasn't crazy, he wasn't crazy, they weren't crazy, this human wasn't crazy, and you're going to reap the benefits, and you're going to reap the rewards, and that's going to be final, and no one is going to be able to say anything, because all you have to do is show your truth and the proof. Because let's face it, you know, they say come to the dark side, we've got cookies, but what are those cookies? They're cheap, crappy dollar store. And when I say dollar store, I mean the buy 20 for 50 cents dollar store lemon nasty ass cookies. Because some people just look at that and go, well, they're cookies, who cares? It's not their cookies. It's who cares. It's, do you like them? Do you like the cookies? If you don't, why are you eating them? Come to the good side, because we're not going to gaslight you. We don't have cookies, but we do have a kitchen. So if you know how to cook, we got the ingredients. It's up to you. Maybe even somebody already cooked them. But and again, number 42, balance and love. This split the deck. Wait. And then this came with it, and what I noticed was, oh wow. And that's the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I noticed the 2 arrows in the heart, and I noticed the 2 swords here, and it's like fighting. Someone is fighting for someone else. They're fighting. And I don't mean like a bad fight. I mean like this fight is over like some real truth. And we got the Joker out, and although the Joker does mean the end of the game, sometimes what it can actually mean, and this is a tiny layer, is that sometimes people will look insane while telling the truth, and you have to fight through the wall of the fortress, because what do we also call a Joker? We call a Joker a narcissist. We call the person that gaslights, the person who you already know the truth. They tell you that you're remembering wrong, and then 20 minutes later they say, oh, don't you remember this, that, and the other thing? And you look at them and say, but I said that 20 minutes ago. And they go, no, you didn't. That's not what you said. And then they make you question yourself, or they argue with you, especially if you throw truth up. So, remember that. Sometimes people are fighting to be heard because they're in the they're in the truth tellers corner. And sometimes when you have to deal with the Joker, and I don't mean the Batman's Joker, because I truly don't believe the Batman's Joker has any room for narcissism. The man's not a narcissist. He's just shit badass crazy. So you know what I'm being told? I'm being told, if you have this in your life, if you have someone where you're like, my God, their story is insane, why don't you take a chance and believe them? I mean, if you already have known for 20 years that, yeah, they're this, that's one thing. If you know they've been exposed to this and something doesn't seem right, ask, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Because if you already kind of know what this sounds like, you're going to understand that this isn't what that is. And also, you can also look up Dr. Romney videos on narcissism, and they're very good. But either way, when this person wins, they're going to have success. They're going to have success. So whatever battle this is, whether this is a battle for the truth between you and a narcissist, whether this is the battle of your life, for whatever it is that you need, and people think that you're crazy, you're going to be good, you're going to have great success. And possibly great wealth with that one. Yeah, see. So, anything else? Or should we? I'm thinking. I think maybe you guys. I think. The sun. Le Sol. Remember your childish enthusiasm. I love that movie, Under the Tuscan Sun. Such an amazing movie. Remember your childish enthusiasm. Brahma Sole. Sole for the sun. I'm one of those people where I pick out certain parts of movies and that's what I do. Let's see. The sun. Yep. And you know, the sun is a lot like the fire element for this. So there's going to be a lot that neutralizes and people are going to be believed. So if you're in a circumstance where absolutely no one is believing you right now, don't be shocked when they do. Don't be shocked when that one person like questions you and then they go, but what about this? And then you answer and they go, okay, but what about this? And then you answer and they go, oh, so it's A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, then 1, 2, 3, and then 83 happened, and then 42. And they're and you're like, yeah. And they'll be like, my God, that's complicated. And you're gonna be like, I know. That's why my head hurts all the time. So that's just confirming and neutralizing the bad stuff around. Under the light of the sun, life reclaims its primordial goodness, truth, and beauty. If one person is shown on this card, it is usually signifying a human incarnation of the divine. When two humans are shown, the image is portraying a resolution of tension between opposites at all levels. It's as if this card is saying, you can do no wrong. It's all to the good. I mean, there are literally no negative. It's one of the two cards it's saying where there's no negative meaning to it. So whoever this is for, you keep fighting the good fight. In the minute that you feel like you want to quit, don't quit. But know if you're right. If you are right, if you are in the right, if you're just like, absolutely, yeah. I can sit here, I know my truth, I may not know all of it because sometimes, 10% can be minutia that the other side whatever's. But there are times when there is no minutia. And you can, because the thing with the truth is the more you can, the truth doesn't change. No one says, I put this deck of cards over there and then says, and then I nudge them over 5 feet and then, I move them. No, nobody embellishes the truth. You embellish a lie. Yeah, I put the cards down. Did you move them 5 feet over there? No. They were sitting here. They moved all the way over there by themselves. When in reality, you went over 5 feet and put them down there and then came back and sat here. That's lying. The truth is, did you put those 5 feet over there? Yeah, and then I brought them back over here and moved them over here. See what I'm saying? You don't have to change the truth. The fact of the matter is, if you move the cards over there, you're going to say, yeah, I moved them over there. And then I moved them over here, and then we were doing this, and we were doing that, and we were playing, and yada yada, and this, that, and the other thing, and whatever else is going on. And you don't have to embellish the truth. You don't have to make the truth more than what it is. And the longer the truth sits there, the stinkier it gets. The more it smells like poop, and the more the flies are around it, because truth doesn't go anywhere. Knight of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Cups. I like the Knight of Cups. A man coming home after a long journey, full of emotions. On the way, his cup of victory in his hand. Yeah, portraying the Knight of Cups. Portrays a homecoming, a knight returning to his true heart's home. After a long journey like the prodigal son, he may be returning after long estrangement from all he holds dear. His taste for adventure is exhausted. There is no more romancing of the battles or travel in strange lands. Now he wants to get where he will be recognized, wanted, and welcomed, where he doesn't have to fight at every single turn. He has the altitude. He has the attitude, not the altitude. Although I said altitude, so maybe it's, he's grown in that height to be able to see, he's grown in altitude. He can now see from afar what's going on. He's got a better perspective. Now he wants to go where he will be recognized and wanted and welcomed, where he doesn't have to fight at every turn. He has the attitude of one who has become older and wiser, the prodigal son. And, that's what isn't that, you grow in altitude, you're going to grow older and wiser. I mean, so love you, Jules. So, the fact of the matter is, this is just confirming up there. It's just, winning everything. You're exhausted. You're ready to come home. You want to be where people love you and you're understood and people know that you're not crazy and you don't have to deal with idiots and assholes. So, yeah, whomever this is for, keep up the good fight. I want you to keep fighting. As long as you know that this is the right thing to do, as long as you know that you're not being obsessive, you're not being, I keep getting baby reindeer in my head. As long as you know you're not being, baby reindeer in it. You don't want to be that obsessive. That obsessive is a mental health issue. That's not okay. Nobody should be that obsessed with somebody. And we have already done a reading about obsession and stalking. So, if you haven't read that one and you need to, please go do that. Also, please like and subscribe. There's also a deck out back and there's a lake. So there may be some readings on the lake. Who's to say? I actually think I might do some readings in my own backyard. But Spirit, do you have anything else that you'd like to tell me? Yeah, I know. You want me to pick you up so that you can cause more havoc, don't you? Sorry. I'm sorry, Michelle. Come on, Misha. What do you want to tell me? But yeah, you don't want to be obsessive. You don't want to be stalkery. You don't want to be, the minute that you're like, am I the crazy person? Literally step back and ask yourself, is this crazy? Is that crazy? And if you can go, yeah, you know what? This was on the bottom and now it's here. If you can, step back and go, okay, maybe that's a little crazy, or maybe if I did this, it would be a little bit crazy, but I'm doing this and it's not. That's exactly what you want. You don't want to be, obsessive to the point that they have to call the police. You don't want to be obsessive to the point that you're getting a restraining order and going to court. Like, that's 100% not okay. Not okay whatsoever. And the minute you notice yourself doing that, step back. Step right back. Ask yourself questions and get help. I mean, I remember being in junior high school and making a friend and just like, I was jealous if she had other friends, and I had to step back and go, I can't be jealous if my friend has other friends. People have friends, right? You're going to. It's natural. I don't need to be upset because my friend has a friend. Yeah. And that's what the Six of Wands is to the Six of Swords is to. The six of this suit has generally been associated with the objectivity of scientific method employed through the generations to sift fact from superstition, build facts into theories, and theories into laws, which we can trust and use to improve our lives. One early title for this card was the Navigator, one who has learned enough about the relation between the earth and the heavens to be able to set a course across the trackless oceans and arrive at a chosen spot on distant shores. At the time of the first tarot decks, this skill was considered akin to magic. So few were the individuals who understood the principles involved. So the person who draws this card is being typified as a person with special knowledge and insight into sophisticated techniques that may be powerful enough to effect a rescue in a dangerous time. Other related titles that are common to this card are the Path Out of Danger and the Way Through. That's very, very interesting. It's also the number 29. The mouse denotes loss by theft. Nearby, it denotes recovery after great difficulty, but distant, the loss will be irretrievable. That's actually very interesting, and meaning is actually rather interesting as well. And when it's reversed, it means that you are not using your rational, scientific, systematic, logical mind. And weren't we just talking about that actually? Because this is talking about science, sure, but it's also talking about being rational. It's talking about. I just heard something. It's talking about being logical. It's talking about not being obsessive to the point that you're getting arrested. It's literally what we were just talking about. So, yes, continue fighting. Continue fighting the good fight. Do not be obsessive. Because if you're not obsessive about it, if you do it in the right way, you will win. You will win after a great loss. You just will. Because you kept to the truth. And don't forget, sometimes there are people, sometimes you do sit in the truth and you don't win, and that hurts. And it's confusing. And all we can do is hold space and move forward. Yep, Queen of Wands. Wise is the symbol of cheerfulness and gaiety. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, little lady, what are you doing? She is the best. She is the best, or Juliet is. Traditionally, yeah. Yeah. The Queen of Wands is like a challenging and encouraging mother. And isn't that what we're talking about? We're talking about fighting for the truth and what you believe. And even if you look crazy, and people will think that you're crazy. And these are just confirming that, just don't be obsessive. Do not be obsessive. And even if it's in a motherly fashion, be careful with that, because not everybody wants to be mothered. I say that as a mama hen. Hi, lovey. What? I know. You've already gotten your meatball tonight, so. Yeah. Yeah, and the Queen of Wands reverse is saying the same thing. The reversed Queen of Wands is points to a controlling tendency that is no secret. That's a stalker. Like what did I say? Baby reindeer. So, if you know that you are fighting for something and you are truth and whatnot, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Somebody is going to figure it out. But make sure that you are not stalking. Make sure that you are not fighting something into lunacy that no one, like This person never liked you to begin with, and now you're obsessed with them. This is saying, not a good idea. This is just confirming everything I was saying before either of these cards were pulled. This is going to work. You will be the Knight of Cups coming home. The Sun is going to neutralize all of this, even if you have a Joker in your life. But if you are here, if you are at this level, you're done. This is not okay. If you ever feel like you're here, please seek help. There's no shame in seeking help. I've been to therapists. I've had 3. All 3 are wonderful. I love them. Just don't get the Joker that's the narcissist therapist. And I know somebody who got that too. And yeah. But, not every therapist fits with you. Not every therapist is good. And just remember, if you don't like them, you don't have to go back. Meet them the first time you don't like them, it's okay. If you have a history of doing that, however, you might want to ask yourself if you want to go back a second time. Because you can only blame other people so long before we all have to say, is it actually you? Which is kind of right here too. Well, he did this and he did this, but is it you? Because this person seems to be over here just living their life and telling their truth. So I feel like these guys want me to pick them again. So I really feel like that's the message for today. Is there anything else? Do we have anything else going on in the spirit world that you guys need anyone to know? Oh, Jules, I'm not preventing you from playing. She just usually I give her allergy pill and we call it a meatball. We take a can, and we have a little cookie scoop, and you do the cookie scoop, you put it in, you put some more food on top of it. We just drop it in her mouth or roll it up and put it. And then you give her one without, and then you give one with. I haven't had to give them to her the last few times, so now she's grumpy. Now she's grumpy. She looking at me with a side eye. I'm grumpy girl. Whoa. Who are you? Where did you fall off to? You are right there. You fell a couple times. Yep, Temperance. Temperance. Sorry. Temperance, aren't they pretty little kitties? Temperance, just keep going the good fight. Keep strengthening yourself. If you watch Bleach and you've watched it all the way through, I've watched it 3 times all the way through. There will be a 4th time in my future. What does he do? He tempers himself through the whole thing. What is it he said on the first mission? Mr. Hattenclog said it was going to take 10 days, and it only took me 5 days to figure out whatever it was that he had to do with his sword. And what did we do the extra 5 days? They fought so he could build up his stamina. So you got to temper yourself, and that's what you're doing here. Don't forget to rest. Don't forget to have the you time, the drawing, the reading, the thing that you like to do. Baby, do it. You've got to take the rest while you're fighting. Otherwise, you will go mad. You will have a moon moment where you go mad. And that can lead to this obsession. And this obsession is not good. Obsession is not good on anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You got to have a balance, a grayness to it. I mean, every once in a while, do I eat 9? Count them 9. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and then I'm sick the next day all day? Yes. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying sometimes you gotta don't get obsessed. Anyway, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are my favorite. They're my downfall, and I am certainly okay with that. Anyway, I feel like I think this is where I want to leave it. Do we have any other messages? Do we have any other spirits out here that want to leave another message? If we do, a mess. Yeah, I know. This is a mess. A ton of cards. This is a mess. I don't know why they're pointing this out to me. Don't be obsessive. I don't know who needs to hear it. Stop being obsessive. If they don't like you, if they already have someone, if they're already married, leave them the fuck alone. Excuse my language, but leave them the hell alone. You already know. Leave them alone. They don't need you. They don't want you. They don't want you with them. Stop fighting that battle. They don't want you. They already got a girlfriend. They already got a wife. They already have somebody else they're interested in. That is an obsession. Leave them alone and do not do the whole conquering thing. Hi, Jules. I'm sorry. You okay? She heard me bang the thing. What are you doing over there, Granny? I love her. She's amazing. So definitely 100%. Yeah, Two of Swords. Right there. To me, it always looks like a crying bunny. But really, and truly, it's two separated swords. It's two people that, don't want to be together. Like, oh, and this is interesting. See, this is what you want. This is the energy that you want. Up here, if you're fighting, if you're fighting for someone, hold on, it's coming in. It's like Morse code. Okay. All right. Okay. Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph, excuse me. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so if you are looking for this, which is divine union, where you have the whole wheel in front of you to turn. If that's what this fight is up here for, keep going, you're fighting a good fight. If you think, you think, oh baby, I love him. We're going to be so good together. We're going to sip out of the same milkshake. We're going to watch the sunset. We're going to have the world. And I say the world because you don't realize it's the world of fortune. And you think someone is going to love you because you're obsessing over them. Oh my God, this sounds like a reading from the other day. Someone must need to hear it. It's not going to work. This, you will not get this. Okay? You're searching. You're searching. You're searching for your equal king and queen, your equal human to be a part of, to join up with, to come together with, to unite with, into the Wheel of Fortune so you can spin that wheel wherever you need to and go wherever the cruise ship takes you, right? If this is what you're looking for, you will not find it here. You're not going to find this here. You find this up here. This is sanity. This is, I'm fighting for someone who's been hurt, destroyed, whatever this is, some kind of union that should not have been split up, where whatever happened, whatever it was. This is here. It's not going to be here because this person is not for you. And that's why it's a kitty covering its head, or to me, it looks like a crying bunny. So that's what you need to know. Don't try to steal other people's tomatoes without asking. I mean, right here. I mean, yeah. Yeah, because this person is going to have the world. See, there's the world. This person is. This person is not fighting for someone who doesn't love them. This person isn't fighting for someone who doesn't care. This person is fighting to save someone from a mental illness who they love, someone who they know that can do it, and not the obsessive trauma bonded stuff, but the I need to fight for my husband. He has bipolar and he's just been diagnosed and now we need to fight together. That's you. The other human I'm with is a narcissist, and I need to fight so that the court system believes me when I say that he should not have custody of our kids, or that, even if you don't have kids, I need to have this because of this, or a restraining order. This is good. This sun is going to neutralize your issues. You are going to have all of these cards right here. Blah. All these right here. You're going to have your Knight of Cups. You're wounded. You're going home. You're into battle. But if you are here, if you are in the obsession line, this is not for you. You are on the outside looking in. You want something that you cannot have, that you want to steal. And I'm sorry, I think I might be hurting some feelings here, but it's time to step back and say, this hurts that I can't have this. How can I have it without hurting somebody? How can I heal myself so I can have this? How can I fight for myself instead of fighting for someone else? So, that's what that feels like. That's what it feels like. So keep fighting that good fight. You're going to win. People are going to hear you. You're going to be neutralized. And maybe you have an obsessive person looking in on your life, or maybe you're someone who's getting a little obsessive. Step back. All of these are what you're looking for, and they're not yours with this person, with whatever fight you're doing. Like you think you're doing it up, like you think you're fighting like this, the good fight. And in reality, you're not. You're obsessing, and you're thinking that in the end, you're going to get all of this, and you're not. Because the person doesn't want the affection. At the end of the day, the word no is a word. Look, all of these things say no, N-O. You know what I'm saying? So if they're saying no, they mean no. I know it hurts. I know you're angry. I know you want to scream and yell. Just I feel like I sound horrible when I say that, but that's what it's showing me. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but so yeah, keep fighting the good fight. Keep fighting that good fight. Keep telling your truth, because you will win. because the truth, even if you think it doesn't win on the outset, it will win. Sometimes it takes a while for the truth to win, but it does. But this is not the truth. Obsession is not the truth. Obsession is not going to bring you the relationship or the goal that you want it to bring you. It's just not, it's never going to. Yeah, it's not going to bring you your Ace of Cups. It's not going to bring you everything overflowing the way that you want it to. But at the end of the day, if you get help, if you notice these tendencies, if you pull yourself back, if you start, asking yourself questions and doing the self-work, you can choose to turn that around. Does it sometimes take therapy and medication and whatever and getting the correct diagnosis? Yes. Yes, it does. But sometimes we have to start with stepping back and noticing our own behavior and then making sure that we're not causing a problem. And that's what this person up here has done. They've stepped back, they've looked at their own behavior, they've seen the truth, and they're moving ahead and fighting because that's what they need to do, and they're going to gain this. This person is not seeing the truth. They're completely delusional, and they're looking for all of this stuff, but they're not going to get that because this is delusion for them. This is just completely, their wanting of this is it's a huge fantasy and delusion, and they're not going to get that. So yeah, the hermit. Sometimes you do have to hermit away and figure yourself out, truly you do. So I think that's true too, yeah, way too many cups to choose from. Sometimes you got to tip those cups upside down so that, you can see, let things fall out of them. But, yeah, I think that's today's reading. And thank you for being here. Nine of Coins. I always like the Nine of Coins. It reminds me of my cat Star. I love her. I miss her so much. So what does the Nine of Coins say? Yeah, that's talking about this one. Yeah, that's telling you the difference between this one and this one. Nine of Coins, the fortunate individual, this fortunate individual has turned a historical accident into a personal opportunity. This is one who has the vision and strength of character to hold on to gains against all odds. Do not be fooled at the apparent ease displayed on this card. The person pictured is at the tail end of a long and stressful process of winning the right to be taken seriously. All of this grace has been paid for several times over. So the Nine of Coins, which always reminds me of my little Starlina Boo Squeak, is saying you've paid so much. You've really been put through the ringer, and your payoff is coming. Your payoff is coming. But if you're this, there's nothing for you. Also, these are very separate, and that's actually very interesting. It's like there's this giant line between them, like, which is basically saying don't allow this to become the obsession. You know, step back and make sure that you're still doing things logically. But yeah, so I feel like I think that's about it. I do think that's about it. I really enjoy this kitty tarot. I really like it. You know, you got to find that correct tarot deck that works for you, you know? Anyway, I think short of something else popping out, we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to upload this, and I think Jules and I are going to watch a little TV, and I'm going to have some more water because I haven't gotten enough water in my system. And then in a little bit, I will go home and see my boys, and yes. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. And yes, I thank you. I thank you very much. Take care. Good night. God bless you. We love you. And be good, be happy, behave, and be yourself. Be yourself.